My name is Kieran Blaikie, corresponding author for this study. I am a current doctoral candidate in epidemiology and research assistant at the University of Washington. In our study, we primarily aim to assess whether multidimensional employment quality mediates the relationship between low educational attainment and subsequent mental distress. As the labour market in the US is socially stratified, with women, Black, and Hispanic individuals typically experiencing worse employment quality, we ask our study question overall, as well as in populations separately defined by gender, race, and ethnicity. Likewise, as those precariously employed are more likely to cycle in and out of employment, we assess potential selection bias in our study through restricting to the cohort consistently employed. We conduct a prospective cohort study using longitudinal information on working age adults from the panel study of income dynamics, or PSID. To create our mediator measure, we combine respondent level data on 9 employment indicators across 5 conceptual dimensions of employment quality, constructing a composite score for multidimensional employment quality using a principal component analysis, or PCA, based approach previously used elsewhere in the employment quality literature. We then use a simulation-based method called the parametric mediation or G formula to estimate our causal effect estimates of interest. We estimate that differences in employment quality between those more and less educated may account for or mediate as much as a third of total educational inequities and mental distress, with proportionally greater mediation for women compared to men, and those non-Hispanic white compared to those racially or ethnically minoritized. We also find that, when restricting to those consistently employed in our analyses, employment quality did not appear to mediate educational inequities and mental distress, which we attribute to likely selection bias. While our study has several strengths, such as our better ability to account for time-varying confounding and exposure-mediator interaction compared to more traditional mediation approaches, there are important limitations worth noting. First, the causal interpretability of our findings relies on our assumed causal model being complete, which is unlikely to hold perfectly. Likewise, as our mediator reflects a latent construct, there is likely some degree of mediator misclassification in our analysis, which could bias our findings. Finally, while the relationship between education, employment quality, and mental distress likely varies intersectionally by race, ethnicity, and gender, sample size constraints precluded us from conducting our secondary analyses, stratifying jointly by these factors. Looking forward, our study highlights the importance of multidimensional employment quality in explaining educational inequities in mental health, both overall and for key subpopulations. Our study warrants further examination of how employment quality could be intervened on to improve population mental health, such as through increasing the minimum wage, enacting secure scheduling laws, or enhancing worker bargaining power in collective organisation. Our study likewise shows how important it is to consider selection bias when evaluating the health effects of employment-dependent factors like employment quality. Thanks for listening.